Today I'm checking out this furnace that was sent to me so I could do the review. Let me get this thing out of the box and we're going to check out everything it comes with and see how well it works. Alright, so this is everything that was in the box. You get the furnace itself. I think this is called the crucible. It goes inside and that's where you would put what you're melting. This is basically just a little case for you to pour it into. Manual. It comes with extra fuses in this little bag. That is the plug that you plug in. It comes with this nice set of metal tongs so you can get the crucible piece out, and it comes with some like welding style really nice insulated leather gloves so that you can work with this because it will get hot. It's its whole purpose. This opens up. There's where you would put in your crucible to get the metal to melt. Everything I think is here. So I plan on melting down some aluminum cans, see if I can make me a cool little aluminum bar with that. All right, so I'm on the back patio. I've got this thing plugged in, and you don't want this thing anywhere around any kind of combustibles. Make sure there's no gas or anything around it because it gets really hot. So I do have the crucible in there. It says to heat it first one good time. Make sure it's not going to split or anything on it. Those are consumable items, so after you use them over a certain amount of time, they do get weaker, brittle, and crack. You always want to inspect those before you put them into the furnace so it doesn't bust inside the furnace, and that would really cause a big problem. But this one I inspected, it looks good, it's new. I'm going to go ahead and heat it up. Alright, so I just turned on the power switch down here. It automatically came on. It looks like it's starting at 1100 degrees. So it goes to 1150 max. Now that's Celsius, so it gets pretty hot. All right, so 1150 Celsius is over 2000 degrees Fahrenheit. To go ahead and to set these temperatures, you could press the U and that will make this blink. This is where you can set this temperature. I'm gonna bring this down to 1000. Just so we're not maxing it out. Okay, 1000 degrees Celsius. This up here is the temperature of it climbing since I have it turned on. All right, so I put some aluminum in the crucible here to get it heated up. I'm gonna cut up some cans that I can stick down in there, but we're gonna go ahead and put this in before it gets too hot. And then we're gonna shut the lid. I'm just gonna use these tongs to do it for now. But it does have gloves. So this is the first time this has been used and it is getting pretty hot. We're at 662 degrees Celsius. So you're gonna start seeing some smoke coming off. That's just the paint and the oils and everything from manufacturing. It's going to get pretty hot and burn off whatever's there. Most likely the oils. I'm sure that paint is probably heat resistant. It's actually getting pretty close to the melting point of aluminum. So it may already start to be melting some of that, but I'm gonna let it do its thing for a little bit and then I'm gonna check on it. So check that out. I opened up the top of it and I don't want to get too close to it, but as you can see, well, I don't know if you can see it really well. It was melted. The stuff that I'd already put in there melted down to like a little puddle at the bottom, and then the new stuff is just melting down on top of it. Now the flame that you saw is probably because of the stuff that was on the metal. These are aluminum cans, so it's melting off the printing and stuff, but it's just melting it all down in the bottom. It's at 1001 degrees Celsius. And I think now is my time. I'm out of aluminum cans, so now's my time to open this thing up and pour out the aluminum. So let's see what it looks like in the inside now. Wow, look at that. Crazy. Super hot in there. I did turn the temperature up all the way to 1150 Celsius because on aluminum cans there's a byproduct that they put on there. It's like a epoxy or resin on the inside of the can, and that kind of boils up to the top and floats. So I wanted to get it as hot as I could. That way I can pull off that top layer and then pour the molten lava into this mold. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and open this up now. I'm gonna grab this with the tongs. Wow, look at that glowing red hot. And I'm going to try to pour the aluminum out, but if it doesn't, I have a piece of metal here to kind of break the top part of all of that resin from the aluminum cans, and hopefully it'll flow now. There we go. Look at that big old aluminum chunk. I'm going to put this back in there. There's still some aluminum in there. I'm going to go ahead and push that in. We're going to let that aluminum down there cool off, and we'll have our chunk of aluminum. So yeah, really good melting furnace. I really like it. I think you will too. And I hope all of this information was helpful. Thank you very much for watching. Y'all take care.